Boxing is a grueling sport, mentally and physically. Most would-be boxers drop out after the first week or month of training, with the realisation that it is tremendously difficult. But other than this, perhaps the biggest drop-off rate for fighters comes during the late teens. Waves of fighters of all levels quit the sport as they approach adulthood. For anyone involved in the sport, it is a sad sight to see. Wasted talent. Successful amateurs that could have turned professional and won titles and huge paydays, letting it slip away into wasted dreams. But why would so many boxers waste their talent like this? Why throw it all away when they are so close to achieving greatness? Firstly, motivation is a huge factor. Many boxers start from a young age, and even from the age of 10 or 11, they will have to be incredibly dedicated to the sport, not only to win, but merely to survive. That means hard training sessions, painful sparring and dieting. Willpower is essential for this, and a fighter will have to draw inspiration from life to get them through their training and fights. As they get older, this often gets harder. The things that used to inspire them no longer do. They begin to struggle to find the reasons why they are pushing their bodies so hard and why they are sacrificing their social lives. In the end, many fighters have just burnt out their motivation for the sport. It becomes laborious and they no longer have the desire to fight or train. Secondly, financial responsibility comes into play. When a fighter approaches adulthood, they become financially responsible. No longer can they go to school for free, live free with parents, eat for free, then go train. They now have financial responsibility for themselves. They need to go out and get a job. This often leaves fighters limited in what role they can go for. For example, if the club they train at opens during the evening, then evening work isn't possible. Some fighters, if they are in financial difficulty, will be forced to take any job they can, which means they are often forced to give up training as they will be working during training times. It is increasingly harder for young people to get into work, and sadly, they sometimes have to take what they can get. Also, unlike the caricature lifestyle that Floyd Mayweather likes to portray, the financial payouts for boxers are minuscule. Even when a boxer turns professional, at the lowest levels, which the vast majority of fighters box at, they get around £1,000 a fight, if they are lucky. So, equaling out all the hours and hours of training and the medicals and brain scans the fighter often has to pay for themselves, the payout is in pennies. The big money only starts to come in at title level, and even at British and European title level, fighters often have a day job as the pay is so poor. Many young fighters weigh up the risks and the payoffs and decide it is not worth it. Not worth the damage to the brain, disfigured face, hours and hours of training and potential death for chump change. Some will decide to make easier and almost universally better money elsewhere. It is around this time that many also begin to fall in love. Young love, a passionate and loving thing. But a boxer's partner may try and deter them from the sport. They see them getting hurt, taking damage to the brain and limiting their financial options. Understandably, they may want them to quit the sport to build a more secure life together. The fighter of course may do this themselves especially if they have a baby. They may want to keep as fit and healthy as they can for their family, or they may feel that spending time with their partner or child is much more rewarding than fighting. It is also around this time that people begin to experiment with the party lifestyle. They may take or drink some things at the weekend which affects their ability to train during the week and make weight for fights. Sadly, some also get carried away with it and addiction sets in. Sadly, boxers often have extreme personalities, hence garnering fun from fighting. Many have the addictive rush-chasing mind, and that addiction can swallow them whole, taking every bit of dedication and talent with it. Suicides are also sadly becoming more common with the younger generation, and with the psychological demands of the sport and the traumatic brain injuries, depression and mental health problems are strikingly common in boxing. Sadly, many young boxers have taken their own lives in recent years, including some people I knew personally.